Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Funding is provided by a grant from Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who spent a lifetime caring for others. Absolute Care is located at 26 Cass Street in Westfield. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the Docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. From the Access Channel 5 television studio in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Senior Report is broadcast live throughout northern Chautauqua County on Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. each week. Call in and share a thought, make a comment, ask a question, or simply wish someone a happy birthday on Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Since 1995, Reed has been bringing viewers hundreds of interesting guests, informing the community on a variety of subjects. Here's the host of the show, Reed Powers.
And good morning, good morning. What a beautiful day it is here in Chautauqua County. The sun is beaming down, the mushrooms are growing. It's fantastic. The harvest time is here. The apples all over the place. Any farmer has an apple tree that isn't being picked, and you can go pick up the falls, which are usually pretty good if it's soft ground. And you have all the apples you want for nothing. Just ask the farmer before you start picking them up. It's just great. It's a glorious time up here. And we've got a great show coming on. We're going to talk about organic gardening and also about garlic, which is it's the greatest health food known to man, and it does repel vampires. Lots of things happening. I look at the news and it just drives me crazy. You don't find too much about the great wars, which are feeding huge amounts of money to the rich and powerful through the munitions and the smart bombs and all the big Humvees and all the equipment they're running and the millions of rounds of ammunition. They're all there. Everybody's getting rich. Of course, it's unfortunate. We're getting poor because we don't even have the money we're spending on this trillion-dollar adventure in the Middle East where we're trying to kill enough Arabs to make it count. I guess we're doing pretty well. Hundreds of thousands, they tell us, but unfortunately, we're losing a lot of boys, too, and they don't even tell us half as many as we're really losing. I'd like to have a central, some sort of clearinghouse where if you lose a child in Afghanistan or Iraq, you can simply call in and say, I lost Johnny, and they'll make a compilation which will be a lot more than we're being told about. We've lost 3 boys right here in Chautauqua County since spring. It's a terrible thing. Oh, well, that's the life. Politicians, of course, everybody in Washington is billionaires or millionaires, multimillionaires, so they don't worry too much about money. They don't worry about the fact they're going to throw the seniors right under the bus. Yep, cutting our health care. Medicaid has already been cut $500 billion last year, and Medicare is going to be cut again. They're trying to even do away with it, but I don't think they'll succeed at that because senior stuff like Social Security, supposedly the third rail, no longer is the third rail in politics. Apparently they can get away doing whatever they want to their seniors, and it looks like they're going to cut Medicare sharply and Medicaid, which half indigent seniors need it. They haven't given you a COLA for 3 years. Cost of living adjustment. The Congress keeps laughing up their sleeve. They tell seniors there's no inflation. Who are they kidding? Who are these liars kidding? Have you checked what the cost of food is in the supermarket? Taxes up 25%. Your health care insurance up between 25 and 50%. Everything is climbing like crazy. And they tell us there's no inflation, so we don't need a COLA. Give me a break. And then they tell us, well, we don't have the money. Where's the $8 trillion trust fund? Yeah, there's an $8 trillion trust fund with Social Security excess funds in it. And every year more comes in, and they keep telling us they want to save Social Security, but they take the Social Security overage instead of putting it in the trust fund, which is now empty, incidentally. They've stolen all the money, embezzled everything, Congress and the presidents, down the years since Lyndon Johnson used it to pay for his Vietnam adventure. Yeah. I can't get into it because the seniors are getting thrown under the bus by the Congress, and I think they should react. I keep getting emails, we should just throw them all out and start over. Maybe, and let the new people know if you're going to screw, I can use that term, the President of the United States uses it on television. The seniors, we basically are going to have to react. We've got to do something about it. Seniors are going to be living in their children's basements, and this is what they're going to be eating, my friends. The same stuff they ate during the Depression. This is cat food. Yeah, I'm writing a cat food recipe book. I got Al Ram with me. He's a garlic maven around here. Recipe book. The tuna cat food isn't bad. It's about half what you pay for the regular tuna, And the beef strips, if you put it in some gravy, you drain the gravy that's in there off and then put it in your own gravy. Not bad. They're pretty good, Cheap beef, you can't beat it. Yep, recipe book for seniors coming up. Cat food. All right, lots of other things happening around here. Incidentally, I took a trip recently, as you know, and whenever I take a trip, I do the thing that a lot of people forget about. I call my police department. And I tell them Westfield has this wonderful police department, our own police department. Rob Genther is the chief over there, and I called and I said, look, I'm going to be away. They take the form right on the air, or right on the phone for you, and they say, okay, we'll check it out. And sure enough, at the end, when you get back, you get a schedule of visits by the police department. They stop by your house and check it out. And they're totally alert. Tell your neighbors on each side of you and across the street that you're going to be away, unless they have a bunch of rambunctious teenager boys, which might not be a good idea, but at any rate, tell everybody around you you're going to be out of town, tell the police department, and the police department will check it out for you regularly, and they'll be quite aware of the fact that if there's anything funny going on around your house, they should check it out. And they do tell you a few tricks, incidentally. Here's some things you don't think about when you're leaving town for a while. Lock all your doors and windows. And if a window doesn't have a lock on it, put a piece of wood in it, which will prevent it from being opened, if you know what I mean. Keep your lamps and TVs connected and have them on timers if you want to. I just keep my TV running, although Time Warner's been fixing that. If you don't do something on your TV for a while, it shuts you down. You don't have any TV, which is kind of annoying. You used to be able to leave it on constantly. Now I got to leave the radio on, But at any rate, have your TV running, have your radio running, have lights on all over your house. I keep them on night and day. I don't even worry about the timers. Your porch light particularly. And if you got everything locked up thoroughly, and you can even I have those little siren things. You can get them, I think it costs $1 a piece, $1.25 a piece now. They're so cheap. Over Family Dollar, I saw a whole cart of them, 4 of them for like $5. And they're easily taped on. They have glue. You stick them and you put them up in your door. And when you open the door, it goes, rah, 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 which makes a sound you can hear about a block away. And that's enough to scare the pants off somebody trying to invade. And on my television, I put, on my screen of my computer, I put, "Brother, are you screwed?" And I have a little, and everywhere in the house, a little camera there, and everywhere in your house, I've got signs. Smile, you're on camera. These things help. Little things help. Have somebody drop by and pick up your papers, incidentally, and stuff, or cut it back. No mail, no paper. I just have my son come over and pick it up for me and put it in the house, and then when I get home, I got to stack this high. Have the lawn mowed or snow removed. Have somebody shovel your walk so it looks like you're living there. You don't want to make the place look abandoned. Take your valuables, Rob tells us, and put them in a safe deposit box. Don't leave valuables around where they can be found, or bury them somehow. Get your, well, I think that pretty much covers it. Most importantly, I think, is tell the police, and they will check it for you, and that's very important. And your neighbors, let the neighbors know. Make it look lived in, lights, TV, radio, whatever. Lots of other stuff happening here. Thank you, Rob Genther, incidentally. He did a nice job. Every time I go, he does. One day when the fire alarm went off, and the neighbor called the police, said, "Hey, I'm hearing the fire alarm in the house." They came in, I have a key. I hide a key on it, so that they can find it. And I tell them where that hidden key is, too. Another trick. Don't forget that. You don't want the police to come there unable to get in. They're not going to break in usually. So give them a key. All right. And they checked. They came in and checked it, and the fire alarm was just faulty. It was going, so they put a new battery in it or something. All right. Okay, I got some news here from seniors. This is the good news. The news we're getting on the television is, I can't even watch it. I start yelling at it, and my wife says, they can't hear you. Dunkirk Federated Seniors. They have a gorgeous place over in Dunkirk. Visit them if you haven't. Look up Loretta Hemmick. She is the president there, and they'll take you in with open arms. You'll have a new family, a new home if you join your senior group. They did a moment of silence recently for the servicemen over there being killed in Iraq, and we just buried a wonderful kid in Westfield who died over there in Afghanistan. It's just horrible what's going on. I won't dwell on it. Betty Korzeniewski is the helper of the day, meaning that person is the one who serves the coffee, the donuts, or whatever, which is the most important part of your meeting, because once you've done with the business, you have a gathering, and you get together, and it gives you a chance to talk and compare notes and make phone calls to each other in the future to make sure everybody's okay, which is part of what you do. And then, of course, bingo is always called at the end of senior meetings for an hour or two. Everybody loves bingo. Lakeshore Seniors meets the same Dunkirk Center, but they're a crowd from over there in Fredonia. And I've got a couple of notes about them. Stella Mikulak was helper of the day there. That's the one who meets the people, greets them, gives them coffee, and everything. And Hallmark and Hemmick are going to do it for the next meeting, October 12th. So over there at the Dunkirk Center, if you want to get together with the Lakeshore Seniors, yep, October 12th. And drop around, just stop in and say, hey, I'm a senior. They'll grab you and usher you in, fill you with wonderful donuts and coffee and cookies, and get you started. They're having a big harvest dinner on October 19th over there. Mount Carmel Social Club meets at Silver Creek. And, they do a nice job. Silver Creek has a great bunch. President's Tampio, and, I didn't say what his first name is, Tampio. Okay. Election office, Carm Tampio is the president, vice president, Dorothy Mineri, and second vice, Joe Cicrino, treasurer Marie Sack, secretary Thelma Hilliker, and temporary financial secretary Jeanette Mula, who is acting for Nina Botticello. Having a harvest dinner October 19th. Everybody has a fall dinner, it's fantastic. Bring a dish to pass, that's the way you do it. And they're going to have a baked goods table for the craft show coming on October 15th. Bring a baked item for the sale. I love to do biscuits. They're simple as could be, and they're just delicious when you make them yourself. And they take 10 minutes. It's no big deal. They're going to sponsor a trip to the Seneca Niagara Falls Casino on Monday. You'll get a $20 coin voucher and a $5 food voucher. You can't beat it. Just don't gamble. You get your $20 worth of coins. Play them. If you win, walk away. If you lose, walk away. Don't keep playing. Otherwise, you will lose this thing right here, called a shirt. You lose everything else. You might even go home almost bare-ass naked, if you know what I mean. Sharon Care Seniors, they meet regularly over in Fredonia, and they have a great bunch there. Harvest party coming up to October 22nd. Everybody has a harvest party in October. And they do theirs big time. They go to the Beaver Club, and they have a live musical performance from 3 to 4:30, and vocalist and sax by Phil Favato, and they have hors d'oeuvres and a fruit punch, and they have a cash bar, and they have a buffet dinner at 5:15, and here's the following menu. Hey, can't beat it. Baked sausage, Italian, Polish sausage, rolls, small red potatoes, cooked mixed vegetables, tossed salad dressing, ice cream. Cannot beat it. And coffee, of course. Bring your birth date and your telephone number if you want to join. They want to know who you are and where you came from. You were hatched, I know. I want to say hello to Betty Clowan. She put together old photographs of the folks there and their activities and some of the things they've done. It's just great to have a photo album. You can buy one for a couple of bucks, 50 cents at a garage sale, pack it with old photos, and everybody has a ball. It'll never be off the shelf. It'll just be never be on the shelf. It'll be off